So we're ready to start now. We're glad everyone showed up for our lunch here at the Palm. This is an exciting show that we have to announce. We're excited to go back to Mandalay Bay. We've had a long history at the Mandalay Bay. In fact, I have a long history with Oscar at Mandalay Bay. In 1999, when Oba Carr fought Oscar De La Hoya, I was managing Oba, and actually Eric's been friends with Oscar for a long time, and that was 1999 was the very first fight at Mandalay Bay.
Very first one, yeah.
Then we had, just with our last promotion there, Mandalay Bay was the Triple G official host hotel, and so, you know, we're looking forward to coming back to Mandalay. It's one of those arenas that there's no bad seat in the arena, and you have two exciting fighters like Orlando Salido and Mickey Roman. You know, it's a can't miss type of excitement, type of promotion. We're excited to work together with Zamfir Promotions and Golden Boy Promotions on this fight. It'll be a triple header. Right now we're focused on the main event for this lunch, but it will be an HBO triple header, and there'll also be 2 HBO Latino fights on the show. So it'll actually be 5 televised fights on the show, which is really unusual, but it just shows the level of fights that'll be on the show. Again, you know, matching these 2 warriors up is something that you know, as the headline fight, but there'll be some very exciting fights on the show as well. So I want to turn it over to Eric, who can say a few words on his behalf, and then we can, you know, introduce it to turn it over to the fighters and their teams.
Thank you, Tom. So we're very excited to be part of this. We're representing Mickey Roman, who's fighting Orlando Salido in the main event. But we're also representing Francisco Vargas, who couldn't be here. He's going to be one of the 3 televised fights. He's fighting Stephen Smith out of the UK. That's going to be a very exciting fight. As you know, Francisco Vargas hasn't fought since he fought and lost the title with Burchelt. So we're very excited to have him back, and a lot of you guys in the media have been asking when is Francisco Vargas going to fight again, and he's coming back on this card. Mandalay Bay, you know, there's a lot of history at the Mandalay Bay. We've been a part of many of those great fights at the Mandalay Bay, but one of the greatest fights that I've ever seen is Diego Corrales when he fought Jose Luis Castillo. And that's probably, you know, me personally, the best fight I've ever seen. And it happened there at the Mandalay Bay. And I think that these 2 guys might have the ability to replicate that fight. Just with the styles. You have 2 fighters that have a lot of pride, very aggressive, warriors, and when you have 2 Mexican fighters fighting each other, nobody backs down. Nobody backs down, so it makes for fireworks. I want to invite Mickey Roman's advisor to say a few words, Jaime Quintana, who's here with him and traveled over from Mexico. Jaime?
Hi, I would like to thank all of you for being here. I would like to tell you that we are very happy having Mickey Roman fighting Orlando Salido. Like Eric said, it's going to be a great fight. It's going to exceed the expectations of many fans and many people, including media. And we would like to appreciate the opportunity that is right now in front of us, and believe me, Mickey is going to take advantage of that. In behalf of Promociones del Pueblo, we would like to thank you, all of you, and also would like to see you at the fights, and please spread the word. It's going to be a great fight.
Okay, thank you, Jaime. Jaime obviously has been part of many big fights as well. He represented Juan Manuel Marquez at one point when we were working with Marquez. I'm very excited about the schedule on HBO. I mean, they're really finishing strong. There's been some great fights this year. You know, we've talked about it at Golden Boy. Obviously, Tom was a big part of it, the best fighting the best, and making these really good fights. And we're finishing very, very strong. You know, when you have Miguel Cotto, and then followed by this fight, and then Lemieux and Saunders. HBO is the leader in boxing, in championship boxing, and putting together the best fights. So I wanted to have Tony Walker from HBO say a few words, talk about a little bit about this fight and the schedule, the remaining of the year.
Thanks, Eric. We are pumped We do have some great fights. First, this show with Orlando and Francisco and Mickey, it didn't take much convincing to put these guys on the network. Their styles make them always welcome. Fans love them. And I just want to say thanks, gentlemen, for the show that we know you're going to put on. As Eric talked about, the schedule is packed for the rest of the year. Koto's coming. We have Danny Jacobs fighting on in November. Kovalev on the 25th of November. And then we December 9th with this show. And we finished the year with Lemieux and Saunders. So it's strong. And starting next year, we expect it to also be strong for the first few months, which is about as far out as you can look in boxing. So thanks to Tom and Eric and all the promoters we work with, people are starting to work together. It makes a difference, and we're going to be there because we love the sport, and the sport will always be part of what we do at HBO. So thanks.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you. So now I'll introduce. Oh, okay. You want? Okay.
I just wanted to on our side also, like Eric said, they'll have Francisco Vargas on the show. Is a tremendous fighter, very exciting fighter. On the HBO Latino portion, we'll have Dennis Shafikov, who's trained by Trainer of the Year Abel Sanchez on the show as well. So there's going to be, we're going to make some official announcements for the rest of the fights, but just kind of teasing those fighters out there. It's going to be a great show. And also, we're going to do, because in honor of Triple G having his host hotel at Mandalay Bay and the good experience he had there and the relationships we've developed, we're going to have an official meet and greet on Friday night for Triple G for the community in Las Vegas and for the first responders. And we're also inviting them in association with Mandalay Bay to the fight. So we really want to give back to the community and just acknowledge, the heroism that a lot of people showed that night at Mandalay Bay. So that would be Friday night with Triple G, the night before the fight. And I just want to send the regards from Fernando Beltran and Zanfer Promotions. He's actually here in LA, but he's stuck at the airport, so he wasn't able to be here in time. But representing Zanfer Promotions, I just want to introduce Mauricio Cardenas. If you want to say a few words, Mauricio.
Hi. First of all, on behalf of Zanfer Promotions, I want to thank all the media and to thank Golden Boy, thank Tom Lowe for his promotions for making this happen. Also thank the Mandalay Bay. We are very excited to end this year with a clash, with a war between two fantastic warriors. I can assure it's gonna be probably one of the best fight of the years. So we hope to see you there, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mauricio.
Okay, thank you. All right, so now let's get to the participants. Mickey Roman, it seems like he's been around for many years, and he's been a top contender for many years. He's been in some great fights throughout his career, and this is no different. He's always wanting to fight the best fighters, but this fight is a little more meaningful because if he gets past Orlando Salido, he knows that it really is a chance to fight for the world title after this fight. So he's going to be motivated for that. He's been waiting patiently. He's been taking so many tough fights, and now's the time, and he wants to take advantage of this. So I want to welcome Mickey Roman to the press conference and have him say a few words. Mickey?
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes a todos ustedes.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Quiero agradecer a los que hacen posible esta función.
I want to thank everybody who made this possible.
Sé que es una pelea difícil, complicada, pero yo también tengo lo mío. Me he preparado bien. Vengo de tener buenas peleas, entonces.
Porque se me olvida. He says, I know this is a difficult fight. This is going to be a very tough fight. It's difficult, but I'm a tough fighter, and I'm going to train hard. I've had some really tough fights in my career. There's no difference here.
Entonces vengo con muchas ganas, mucha hambre de hacer una buena preparación y ¿por qué no ganarle a Orlando?
And I've had some tough fights, but I'm very hungry. I'm very, very hungry, and I'm going to be well prepared. And why not? Why can't I beat him?
Lo que tengo que decir que el único ganador aquí va a ser el público porque esta pelea va a ser una guerra.
But the real winners are going to be you guys, the fans, because this is going to be a war.
Gracias.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Eric. So with that, I want to introduce really the fighter that needs no introduction. Has been in so many great fights, fights of the year, true Mexican-style fighter that leaves his heart in the ring and puts on exciting fights for the fans. I want to introduce Orlando Salido.
Bueno, quiero agradecer a HBO, a Sanfer, a Tom Lofer por darme la oportunidad de realizar una pelea. Y bueno, pues ya me conocen, soy un peleador que me subo a brindar espectáculo y que más contra otro mexicano como lo es Mickey Román, un peleador que también va para enfrente, que hace buenas peleas de principio a fin, y el ganador va a ser el público. Vamos a tratar de robarnos las miradas, que estén viendo HBO, que estén viendo a Mickey Román y Orlando Salido, una pelea de tú a tú, una pelea que sea el verdadero estilo mexicano de tú a tú y peleando por el canal, queriendo ganar el mejor. Gracias.
I forgot you didn't have a translator. I'll help translate. Okay, Ricardo, okay, you translate, Ricardo.
Ricardo Jimenez. He wants to thank HBO, Sanford, Tom Loeffler for the opportunity to be in the main event of a great card. You know, I expect a great fight when two Mexicans get in the ring. You know, you're going to get fireworks, and that's what you're going to see on the 9th, December 9th. And I'm looking forward to the fight. I think we'll make a great fight everyone's going to enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you. Gracias, Ricardo.
Also want to, we want to, before we go into that, just want to acknowledge Sean Gibbons, manager for Orlando Salido, who's really guided his career masterfully. He put Orlando in against Lomachenko in a very big win for Orlando, and I just want to acknowledge Sean being here with us today. To get for the ticket information, they'll be on sale shortly. We'll send out the release, but they'll start at $50 and they'll go up to $250. So this is priced very well. As I mentioned, there's no bad seat in the house in Las Vegas, and when you can buy a $50 ticket for an HBO fight like this, a triple header, it's tremendous value for the boxing fans. So this is really one of those early Christmas presents for the boxing fans that want to come out and see the true fighters in the ring putting on a show like this. So.
And earlier this year, Tom put together a great card with Superfly. You guys all saw that. This is no different. We're gonna call this Super Feather. But it's gonna be just as good, right?
It'll be just as exciting. Yeah, that was a great show we did here. But this is again a big collaboration between a lot of different promoters. Again, special thanks to Zanfer and Golden Boy. And as I mentioned, we'll announce the remaining fights as they come up. I want to acknowledge TV Azteca, who will be showing the fight in Mexico, and also Tecate, who will be the title sponsor for the event. So with that, we can open it up for a few questions for anyone here at the head table, and we'll be happy to answer the questions. Mike, you want to start out?
Question for Orlando. How disappointed are you that you're not fighting for the title against Berchelt?
¿Qué decepcionado estás por no haber hecho la pelea con Berchelt por el campeonato?
No, pues decepcionó, pues desgraciadamente lesiones ocurren. Él se lesionó de su mano y no se pudo hacer la pelea, pero espero que todo salga bien y tenga una oportunidad más adelante.
You know, in boxing, the injuries happen. That's just part of the sport. You move on. Hopefully that fight will be there. If everything goes well here, hopefully that fight will be there next.
And you know, you and Sean have been trying to fight Lomachenko in a rematch for a while now. He's going to be fighting on that same night. You know, do you still want to fight him? And do you think it's funny? Not funny, but
ironic.
You're going to be kind of ironic. Yeah, you're going to be opposing him head to head.
Desde hace la pelea de Lomachenko no se ha podido hacer. Ahora van a pelear en la misma noche en diferentes lugares. ¿Qué piensas tú de eso?
No, pues estamos compitiendo contra ellos, ¿no? Pienso que los que saben de box y conocen de boxeo no se van a perder las peleas de dos mexicanos que se suben a dar acción de principio a fin y más como lo es Mickey Román y Orlando Salido, peleadores que siempre se suben a entregar todo, y esta noche no es la excepción, va a haber acción de principio a fin.
You know, you as a fan, you have to know which one is the better fight. You got two Mexicans going at it, especially two guys like us, who are action-packed from beginning to end, and that's what you're gonna see. You know, and I guess in a way we're competing against each other.
Real boxing, baby. December 9th, HBO, Mexican style. Not chess, not ballerinas, baby. Real Mexicans. Tune in, HBO. You want to see real fights.
Yeah, well, what about the rematch with Lomachenko? Are you still hoping for that?
Champ, we beat Lomachenko.
Yeah.
You know, Bob, if he wanted to do the fight, he could have done it many times. Champ doesn't chase anybody. You know, he's looking for the biggest and best fights. Mexican, Vargas, Roman. These are real fighters. They don't run around, they don't box, they don't, you know, stare at each other and try to figure out what to do. They come to fight. So Lomachenko was there at a time. Lomachenko is probably, it's an afterthought at this point. Real fights, like I said, dude. He wants guys that want to come fight, not run around from him. He had to chase Lomachenko all over the ring all night. Mickey Roman is what we like to see. Real fighters. That's all I got to say. Viva Mexico! Viva Mexico! Yes. Now if I could just learn Spanish, I'd be doing it.
If there's any other questions, otherwise we'll get ready to wrap up, and we can break it up into any one-on-one interviews after the media lunch. Thank you for everyone coming out. Thanks, Eric. Thank you for Zanfer and both of these great Mexican warriors. Two fighters, maybe facing forward.
1 second, one more for Golden Boy Social.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you.
Okay. Ahora ustedes son solitos.
Maybe face forward first.
Sí, primero allí. Mirando el frente ustedes.
Dodgers. That's it, baby. Dodgers tonight.
Good number, too.
Dodgers.
It's crooked.
Come on, Sean.
Come on, Sean. It's all like crooked.
Messed up. It's crooked, Sean.
Volten para acá, muchachos. Por favor, de este lado, por favor, muchachos.
Maybe.
Sí.
Just like real fights. Not Ukrainians, not Cubans, my friend. Mexicans. Tune in December 9th.
And then we can do if everyone has that, then we'll do the face-off.
He's good.
Okay, para enfrente.
De este lado, muchachos, por favor. Sí. Gracias.
What's the eight on your name? Alan, this camera. One photo with the champ. Mi amigo Jaime. Mi amigo Jaime.